Ladies and gentlemen. 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 Can I please have your attention? Now showtime. Are you ready? Are you ready for start time? Let's find out. Ready? Let's go.
Well, hello everybody. How you doing today? I hope you're having a fabulous night. Let me pull my microphone a little close. Let's get a little closer. Don't be shy. Because we're going to talk about content. Because, truth be told, content is the key to everything on social media marketing world. So, I don't know if any of you had a chance to go check out Social Media Marketing World, which was hosted last week. A lot of inspiration pouring out of California. And a great chance for you to start looking at some of the insights that are coming from pros in the industry that attended that workshop. So, this is a time to be observant of what different people are doing so that you can ride that wave of success with your social media campaigns. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Elizabeth Marasco. And it's always a pleasure to come out and chat with you. If you have the chance, if you click on the links in the description for Restream and ecamm, it'll allow your name to be shown during the live stream. So if you want to participate, that's cool. Or you can just say, hey, this is so-and-so. So good evening to you too. I hope that you are having a fabulous day. Michigan today, weather update. It is rainy. In fact, what it feels like fall. So I have a feeling we are officially turning into the Michigan vortex where we will experience 4 seasons of weather within 4 hours, because that's how we roll in Michigan. And you should be the same way when it comes to your content, you guys. Each and every single one of you, no matter what you're doing, whether it's promoting an online business that you have, or a brick and mortar store and you have a promo going on, or a nonprofit and you're doing your ooh rah rah so you can help work on your cause, it's going to be important for you to really master this whole sense of what's social media about and how do you take advantage of this whole opportunity. Because the truth is for forever, when it came to primary content, the only way that you could really get it is you had to either work with a media or sales company and buy some advertising, hire a PR firm to come in and do all of your promotion for you. And those were not cheap. They were very expensive. And, there's a good chance of you being blocked out, not being able to afford to promote your business, especially during things like Super Bowl season. You were stuck putting banners in your window and sending messages to your friends, old school messages, not even voicemail. But now we're in this day and age where we actually have tools right at our fingertip that can help us really expand in some extraordinary ways. And if you've been doing marketing online, you know from a price point what benefits your business or organization can receive if you really do utilize the whole marketing approach with a social context to it, right? That's one of the key things to remember through everything that we're going to talk about today. It's not just marketing, this is social, keyword, social media marketing. And that's going to require you to take time to understand how are people communicating online? What are they doing? How are they doing it? And then find that voice that's going to fit you well. And today, my purpose is to share, I'm going to share 6 tips that are going to be very helpful to get you on track. And I'm sharing them for 2 main reasons. One, to show you how you can scale online, increase engagement with the right people. It's not about having the masses necessarily come see you. For most businesses, it's not necessary to have 1 million followers. I would rather have 150 flat followers that pay something than 1 million and there's no reach, there's no anything other than them consuming your content. So I want to teach you some helpful tips that can show you how to increase engagement, get people riled up, and then bottom line, point that in a direction to increase your sales. And the other big thing, and I think we need to start talking about this more, is entrepreneur burnout, content creators burnout. And this week, I'm going to be going over a couple of things to help you create some awesome content, but also a big part of it is mindset, whether it's the content that we're trying to come up with or the way that we're trying to live our life in a healthy way. So I hope that some of this information will serve you in getting your business on track to where you want it. But hey, do me a favor. Let me know what is your main social media platform that you're using. What's your main social media platform? And maybe you're not even fully there, but there's one specific that you want to work on. Tell me. For me, traditionally, it's been Facebook. And Facebook has treated me really well, being able to serve different clients. And I'm even going through some growing pains recently. I just started working on a YouTube channel. I had it there forever, but literally I parked like a couple videos and just didn't do anything with it, you know? And that's one of the platforms that I'm going to be doing some growing pains through this upcoming year. So new strategies, new approaches. And I look forward to sharing part of that journey with you. And one of the other things I'm getting into, which has been really shocking, is LinkedIn. Sometimes I get a little overwhelmed with all the spam stuff in the folders, but then there's opportunities of connecting with the right people and cultivating opportunities together. You know, collaborations can be beautiful. All right, you guys, so let's dig in. Hold on, I got something stuck on me. Okay, let's dig in right here. One of the most absolutely important things with you being able to consistently create content, I want you to start looking at it a little bit differently. And that includes specifically the approach of repurposing your content. And that could be in many different formats. I've talked to you guys about this over and over and over. And it stands valid to have to repeat it because I even have to remind myself. We often will go through having some great content, and maybe it's in a long form version of content like this video. When it's done, I don't know if it'll be 30, 40 minutes, something like that. Some people don't want to sit through the whole 30, 40 minutes of listening to you talk. So the key is to be mindful as you're creating long form content on how you can extract things from that long form piece of content you're creating to create smaller things, little snippets. So a few weeks ago, I shared a video on a software, one of my favorite pieces of software, which is repurpose.io. You can go check that out. I might have a link in the description of this video, but it's so helpful. And I am well versed in Final Cut Pro and Adobe Premiere. I use Final Cut Pro regularly, but with this particular setup, what's cool about it is it allows you to do some really simple and fast extractions and to format it in a way that's appropriate for other platforms. For instance, let's say that I'm doing this video and it's just in widescreen. We got it in landscape and it's fine for this. But if I'm taking this content and I'm going to repurpose it, let's say on Reels or TikTok or whatever, one problem that I would have is if you see my text is over here all the way to the left, and to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. I guess it depends on where you're looking at it. But if I moved it over to the center, I could literally extract this piece of content and create a great little reel or TikTok video. Now you can in Repurpose extract this whole screen and then it just shrinks down and compresses it to be vertical. So you would have space on the top and the bottom, which can be super cool for taking your closed captions, adding some like little memes or graphics or something interesting. And I want to encourage you to start becoming observant to what other people are doing right now on their format. It could be that they have, let's say, some black background and then just big captions running across the bottom. I've even seen it like running across on top of that screen overlay. Those are all great looks, but start looking at what other people are doing, see what you like about it, change it if you have to, but start taking into consideration things that are appealing to you and start to plan that out in your pre-production. So last week I did 3 live videos, and one of them I ended up taking and extracting little mini videos on there's various topics within that long 1-hour video. And I ended up with, I think, like 15 mini clips. So now I can take those and I can put them into YouTube Reels, into Facebook Stories, Facebook Reels, into Instagram, into TikTok. I can repurpose those. And I've got a folder that's set up after I reformatted it. Super easy. So this is probably one of the biggest time savers to make it look like you're on the ball, constantly producing content. And you can go back, so with Repurpose, it'll extract out whether it's from a Facebook group, a page, YouTube, LinkedIn, Google Drive. So you can have content anywhere and it'll extract out the pieces that you want. So I definitely suggest that you go check out that video of that little demo on Repurpose. It'll save you some time. So the next big thing is getting into remembering your handy dandy notebook. My kids, when they were little, they loved Blue's Clues. They were always walking around with that little notebook. Who remembers Blue's Clues in the notebook? Who remembers? Tell me if you remember Blue's Clues. I still have the audio stuck in my head, and along with many other top favorites, including like Shrek. Get my Shrek groove on. But Shrek didn't have a notepad. If they had a little filter on here for Blue's Clues or something, I would use it. Maybe I'll find it here in a minute. But anyhow, my kids would walk around all the time with that handy dandy notebook, and they would always act like they're jotting down something really important, thinking about it with their great big crayon. And that's a good reminder for you is, have either a small notebook that you have in your car or in your purse or your work briefcase, if you carry one of those, have it available so you can just like jot down like one word thing. Or if you're a more digital person, some of the things you can do is take a snapshot of a photo. So if there's something that inspires you, take a photo of it. If there's a TikTok video that you loved, send it to yourself in a message. So maybe you find inspiration from other creators or other places. But don't forget, and a lot of times you'll think, oh, I'm not going to forget it. You're going to forget it. You're going to forget it. You're going to forget it. So if you have it in your little notebook, keep it in there, or you can take all that stuff, create a folder, and start dumping in all of your good content, inspiration ideas right in there. And then when you need them, it's available. And sometimes it's even great for having all those pieces in one spot. And then when you start doing a brainstorm flow, you have a chance to look at all the different things that inspired you that maybe you want to do for your own business. So definitely go check that out on a regular basis of what is one piece of content that really is inspiring me, that I absolutely love it, and mark it down. The next thing is, this is so important. Have you ever had cabin fever where you're just stuck in the house too long or stuck in one place too long? It's an awful, icky, disgusting feeling. So especially after we went through everything we did over the past 2 years, it can become awkward for people to get back into the groove of things. But what I want to tell you is get outside, get some fresh air. Do not sit in the stagnant air of your home or office 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Even if you're just go stand out on your porch, sit on a chair, go for a walk, do something. Give your body fresh air. Quit rebreathe in the same stinky air with the same stinky ideas. Give yourself a little bit of TLC. It's right. Cabin fever is nasty. It is. I don't like it. And when I was younger, I think I used to really, like, it would really impact me, where that's what I would feel like, get me out of here. Especially my teenage years, you guys. I was a road runner. I think finally when I had kids, that's when I started to slow down a little bit and say, hey, wait a minute, maybe we have some good stuff staying at home. But even then, you've gotta get out. You gotta get out. You gotta get that fresh air and give yourself a chance to just really revive. Oh, look what I found. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Watch this. Let's see what this does. Hold on. Wait, didn't do it. There we go. I got the Blues Clues paw. All right, hold on 1 second. Now I'm determined. Where's my handy dandy notebook? Oh my gosh, I get to be Blues Clues. How cool is that? Oh my gosh. And you know what? I got a green screen so I could really play around with that. I wish I would have had this when my kids were little. I would have been sending them all kinds of prank videos. Yeah, wise and refreshing words. See, from Blue's Clues himself. And then Steve. Is it Steve? Or is that the new guy? I don't know. But anyhow, you got to just have a little bit of fun. So don't mind me while I get in touch with my inner child. Okay, we're going to go back to the standard. We'll go to the standard butterflies today. How's that sound? So next tip. Who's ready for the next tip? Yeah, fun. It is fun, isn't it? And the truth is creating content can be a lot of fun if you take the stress factor out of it and then allow yourself to be able to put that time and mental energy into the stuff that is fun, and it's important for you. So, which leads to the next thing. One of the helpful things for creating killer content consistently is learn something new. You already know the thoughts you have in your head and the words in your mouth and your opinions. Start zipping it, opening up your ears and eyes, and being observant of other things that are going out there. Take a class. Watch a movie, read a book, go to listen to a speaker, go to a concert, go do something that has nothing to do with work or a project or anything, that it just has to do with experiencing life. You know? Do you understand? Does that make sense to you? So the other day I was watching a movie with my mom, and then it was funny because afterwards, I was thinking, oh, all these different parallels with life. So we can be influenced by the art, and we can also influence art, and maybe that's an idea that you go to your local art gallery, like Detroit Institute of Arts, Flint Institute of Arts. Number one, it's a great way to support your community. But number two, it fills you with something new. There's a reason why people have been painting and sculpting. It wasn't just to, mark man, it inspired people. Art has the influence to do a lot. That's why we do it in social media marketing, right? It is art. It's a different form of art. But you need to find new ways to refresh yourself. It could even be bird watching. One of the things that I really got into that helped me a lot with my personal life was gardening. And that was after, my husband had passed away. I was a caregiver for 3 people. We had 9 deaths in our family in 2 years. There wasn't a lot that I wanted to learn. And there weren't a lot of nice people around me. It was pretty bad. So I actually started watching more of Gardener's World, which is out of the UK, which I absolutely love. They have the Chelsea Flower Show, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But it gave me a chance to find something that I enjoyed, that was bringing me joy. It was reactivating my brain in a new way without all the BS of other people saying, you got to think this way or you got to do whatever. It was freedom. And my mind was still learning, but I had to adjust. Like I couldn't sit down like I do. I love tech. I don't know if you figured that out. I really do enjoy tech. But at that point, I couldn't sit down and, digest a, 5-10 hour thing on learning like ecamm or Final Cut or, GrooveFunnels or ClickFunnels. I couldn't do it. It was too painful. So I had to find something that resonated well with me and brought life into me. So it was things like the Gardener's World. I loved that. And then going outside and picking up new books and learning about different perennials and annuals. And for those of you that do know me, my agency originally started off as an event production company where we mainly did just in-person events, and we published Kudos magazine. Well, with all these changes, you kind of evolve and you grow. But one of my key passions is flowers. I love flowers. There's so much beauty and mystery and healing and specifically fresh flowers. And I do believe that when you walk into a room with fresh flowers, it literally releases energy and goodness. It's almost like God's creation saying, hey, I'm going to sprinkle some of my love over here. So I love flowers. So that's something that worked for me. You've got to find out what that something is for you. Whether you want to take a class, or let's say that you've always wanted to go fishing, but you never learned how to go fish for pike in the Michigan lakes. Maybe this is the year you do that. Not only will it start to bring up different dialogue and bring new connections and new people, it's going to fill you up in a new way. So learn something new. Always, always, always. That's a sign that you are alive. Amen? I get an amen to that. Yeah, you're live. Go learn something, right? Okay, so here we're going to get into the tech boring stuff, but this is important because if you know what's trending, you can do a lot with it. And trending, it could be 2 different ways. You want to know what they are? 2 different ways of trending. One could be, it's trending right now today. It's hot on TikTok. It's hot on Twitter. Even on Twitter, they have trending, and you can look and see what are the trending topics, even though we know for a fact that they suppress that. Okay, let's just be honest. But look beyond that for a little bit. Look into your business niche. See what's trending. Find out what topics are in there that can maybe be inspirational to your content. So what did you say? I know what you're saying. I live in a cottage. However, I have a lake down the hill. I do plastic deer. Oh, eat all. Oh, yeah, all my fresh flowers. Well, you got to find flowers that the deer don't eat. I don't know. I think daffodils might be one of them. I know that they love tulips, so do not plant tulips. At my old house, my brother Gordon, God bless him, he came over. I was quite an ambitious lady in my 30s. But we planted, it was like, I don't know, 5,000 or 7,000 tulip bulbs. None of them came up. None. Not one. And they were good quality tulip bulbs. So the squirrels and the deer, they got them. I think some astilbe is also really good. I don't know if there's shade down by that lake where you're at, but that works good in wet conditions. Yeah. And the deers don't like it. So I've got that planted at my house, like in the back. I have a wood picket fence now for my dog who's no longer here. But in the back, it's all state wildlife preserve. So we get coyote, we get deer, we get, I think there's wild turkey back there. And it's funny because I'm in the city, but it's, this wildlife preserve back there. And I love it. That's why I bought the house. I don't want anybody in my backyard. I like trees and water. I can't help it. So I live in the right state for that. What did you say? They eat everything. No, you poor thing. So you've probably tried everything, the hair, the urine, everything to detract them. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, it's a doozy. So anyhow, but hopefully you're still finding the beauty just in what Mother Nature has to offer, because she's beautiful without us. God created something that's gorgeous, even if we're not touching it, but we're supposed to be upkeeping those gardens for him, right? So, okay, so as I was saying, trending online, you can look at, Twitter, stuff like that. The other one, more long-term, are keywords. So there's a tool that I use called Tubebuddy that's great for being able to look through that. You could also just go to Google keyword search, look at what's happening, find out what people are talking about, and just, be observant of what you're seeing online. Are you paying attention to what's coming or just waiting? So one of the other key things right here that can save you time, frustration, and it can eliminate you from saying, screw it, I'm not doing it no more. I don't want it. Stop. No more content. Is if you have systems in place, because it's going to save you time, frustration, trying to find that one little thing. So, earlier we were talking about setting up a folder and you have all your content flying in there, right? That's super. But what do you do when it comes to actually start managing it? That first one was like the brainstorming flow, where you just threw everything in a folder. It's okay, but you're not using it yet. So it's a first step. Second step is you have to have your systems ready for you to go to start sharing your content. So it could be using something like on Facebook, they have the Creator Studio. Are you going into your business app? Are you going back into the background of the business app? You can schedule your posts directly through Facebook. Super simple, right? Or if you want to get fancy, you can use some more sophisticated software like Hootsuite or Later or Sprout Now or Sprout Social or Post Planner. There's dozens of them to pick from at different price points. But as you start to create that little brain flow folder, you go back and then start actually creating the content and then posting it out. And doing it a month in advance can be great. I think that more than a month, you need to slow down. Number one, that's how you're going to get burnout. And number two, things change, trends, stuff. You might have some generic stuff that you want to post out maybe a month out, but keep it relative. Keep it real life. And just keep flowing through your ideas and having fun with it. But just make sure that you're being smart about it, because ultimately, if you're using social media marketing, you're either on social media to connect with friends and, be social, or if you're promoting your business, you're there ultimately because you need to earn an income, or you need to generate money for your nonprofit, or you need to close more sales for your business. So these stand true in all ways, whether it's you're working for yourself, you're working for a nonprofit, or you're working for a large company, even a Fortune 500 company. So take the time. Remember, everything can have a place and time and be easily implemented if you just organize. I always go back to the analogy of like Christmas, because at Christmas time, Christmas Day doesn't happen just Christmas Day, right? I mean, number one, okay, you get Christmas Eve. That's cool. But then you also get, all the planning beforehand. You're pulling out the ornaments and you're unwrapping it. You're putting up the tree and the lights, and you're getting the wrapping paper. You're doing all these things a little bit each day over the course of time. Here, we'll put our little, see if that goes. It's trying to give me a Christmas hat. That's what I was trying to do. Maybe not. Okay, there we go. Get in the Christmas season in March. Boop. So Christmas, though, it is a great reference point for your business. Don't do it. I know that there's some guys that go and they do the Christmas Eve shopping, and girls. We'll be honest, and girls. But generally, if you're planning a feast and you have any care, you're taking some time. You went grocery shopping, not on Christmas Day. You weren't doing the gifts, putting up the tree on that same day. I mean, you might have a National Lampoon scenario, and that happens once in a while. Everybody can always prove me wrong. I got a TV dinner and I sat in my boxers. That's not what I'm talking about. You can do your marketing like that too. I'm talking about if you're strategic and you plan it out, you can create something that's beautiful, that has long-lasting memories. Isn't it strange, like when Christmas happens, it's almost like, this is it, huh? But then you look back and all those memories just warm your heart. The lights, the candles, the fresh cookies, the giggles from the kids, sometimes the cries from the kids, the jingle bells, the dashing, the prancing. All of those things lead to an amazing experience when it comes to planning your online content. And I hope that you start doing that. I hope that you start taking the time to invest in what's best for you. And what did you say? It's okay. Plastic's cool. That's all right. As long as you like plastic, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And in fact, I got to tell you, sometimes if plastic's far enough away, you can't even tell. Is that plastic? What is it? So, yeah, you do what works for you, and that includes for your content. But the hope is that you start to come up with a game plan that's going to allow you to be successful with creating your content. So I hope all of this does help you in some way. I want to give you a heads up. We've got some really cool things that are going to be coming up in April. Yay! It's right around the corner, April Fool's Day. So one of the things that I'm going to offer is, this is how I'm envisioning it. It's going to be a 30-day, 30-day challenge of content every single day for 30 days, and to give you tools and resources for you to go out there and produce your content. So instead of just you trying to figure out what am I going to say or what I'm going to do, or I don't have a graphic design, I'm going to provide all the prompts, all the graphics, all the things that you need to be able to do this for 30 days. So if that sounds like something that would be interesting to you, let me know, and I'll make sure that I get that link over to you. But we're going to have, I also have some resources to share with you. If you go to elizabethmarasco.com/resources, you're going to see I'm updating our website right now. We're coming up with some awesome stuff for you guys for 2022, because I want you to be able to not just jump in and watch, the videos, whether it's on replay or, live. I want you to be able to get insight that's actually going to help you with your business, where it's not just fluff. I like joking around and playing and having fun, but the bottom line is, if you're running a business, you need to generate results. You need to be able to make sure the time that you're investing, that you have an ROI, a return on your investment. And yes, your time is an investment. In fact, you've heard the saying, I'm sure, you can always make more money, but you can't make more time. So your time is your most precious asset. And I would love it if you join me in April. So if you're interested, send me a message or drop it in the comments. I'll make sure that I get that link out to you. But I'll be talking about that more over the next couple weeks. This is just kind of like you guys are joining me live, so you get the teaser of what I have going on. But I hope that you are taking good care of yourself, finding goodness in every single day. And sometimes, you know what? Especially nowadays, you guys, sometimes you have to be the goodness. Sometimes you're going to have to, with everything that's going on in the world, get out there and start creating some content that's going to inspire people. Get out there and start creating something that's going to have people feeling like, shifting my mindset. Because a lot of the stuff that we're seeing online it's poisonous. It is. It's unfortunate. A lot of it's just lies. So you can be the change. I think that was from the Dalai Lama. Be the change you want to see in the world. So let your content be the change that you want to see in the world. Start going through and looking at, is there, some sort of inspiration that you just went through that now you're going to start sharing with your community? Don't be selfish. Come share the good deeds. It's important. And that's how we can start taking steps to make this world more positive and using our content and our voice in an uplifting way, speaking truth, speaking goodness. Going straight up ecamm. All right, you guys, my favorite software by far is ecamm. And on that note, I'm going to sign off. I hope you have a beautiful day. Be good. Be happy. And most definitely, be blessed. All right, you guys, take care. See ya. Thank you. You're the best. I think you're the best. All right. Woohoo. We're going to have fun in April. It's going to be a riot. And if you need help with your website, reach out. Reach out. I'm familiar with WordPress, ClickFunnels, and GroupFunnels, so maybe I can help you. All right. Be good, you guys. Take care. God bless you. Bye.